so works in billing. He discovered $500K in unbilled services and was given a bonus. $100 bonus. They made a big deal about what a great job he did and how he'll be very happy with his next check. $100. One-time bonus. That's all. This is the lesson you learn. You find the $500K. You go to your boss or HR and ask to be put on a compensation plan that pays you bonuses if you can. Pull in old billings and get a commission. Then you start your income stream. My ex-wife did something similar and grabbed $20K in bonuses in her first 3 months working in a doctor's office. Wow, all at once? Such a generous reward. Not quite the same. But I found a lost $150K donation once and asked for a raise. Got 20 cents. Despite being underpaid about $15K annually. At minimum. The bright side. Finding and recovering $500,000 in unbilled services is the kind of bullet point that makes hiring managers notice your resume. Let that be a lesson to us all. Maybe he can keep up the momentum and find the missing zeros. I'm sure the management got a 250 kelvins bonus this year for proactive asset management though. Chin up. My dad made the discovery that made fiber optic cable splicing, fusion possible without trapped air or contaminants being introduced. The company patented it, made a fortune, and he got a $2 bill attached to a plaque. I made up a repayment form that set a repayment date on a holiday date that saved them over $600,000 in interest payments, and the client got mad at me and asked if I had bothered to look at a calendar before I drafted the redemption notice. I was like, I read the indenture. To be fair, $600K was pocket change to this multinational company, but still. I thought it was a pretty clever legal move and got flack for it. XD America, what a shithole. They were probably skimming that on purpose or something. Weren't happy with it being found. Is that like 0.0002%? I once noticed that my employer had underbid a job by 2/3 RDS. I'm a painter, and the job was to paint a building exterior, which was covered in hardaboard panels. We had bid the job based on the square footage of the building exterior. But then all of the panels were being painted before installation, and they had a 1/3 road overlap after install. Plus we were painting the backs. So, literally doing 3 times the work we had been contracted for. It took me about an hour to convince my boss. Then another 2 hours to convince his boss, the guy who did the actual bidding. Then I had to convince the project manager for the job, which was another hour. My reward? I got to bill for the hours I spent convincing them. Edit. Just to be clear, those were hours I was at work. On the clock. Not downtime. So basically they didn't dock my pay for the time I spent saving them tens of thousands of dollars. That'd make me investigate cases where we might have overbilled a customer. What a bunch of bastards. I didn't so much find the money as prove that the company had been massively overcharged by the bank. That wasn't a secret to any of the staff. But I had a lot of free time. So was bored. Bosses had decided to close the business, so my normal workload had evaporated, and had offered to do the grunt work for something to do, using hard copies of the info because the bank thought that would be a deterrent, as a soft copy would allow for quick and easy checking. The bank made many excuses and in the end returned a portion of what was owed. I wasn't expecting anything, as I was getting paid pretty well to twiddle my thumbs for a few months, while things wound down, and had a new job lined up. A firm was expanding. Heard we were closing down. Came in for a chat with my bosses so they weren't stepping on toes, and then offered jobs to the whole team. My bosses said thanks for doing the work, 'cause none of them wanted to do it, and then flicked me a double-digit percentage of what we got back as a bonus. So next time the customers get $500K free servicing, $100, which I am sure was taxed. So, even less. I think I would quit. The rate of return of working for the company is 0.0002%. It basically would tell me that no matter how much I help the business or improve, there will never be any meaningful reward. I read that as $100,000 at first, very naive of me. I made our company $1.2 million in unexpected income. They cut my position due to budget constraints. This is the best way to make extra money for any company. I worked for a company that made me work in an office that was shut down for COVID. Everyone was sick and they told me to run the place. Okay, but I want hazard pay. Done. Extra $500 a week. I asked about the systems and processes and told them something isn't right. I advised management that I could do an audit, and they agreed for an additional amount since I would be doing this along regular duties and reorganizing the place. Found $150,000 as well. People got fired. And I had a nice fat bank account for 6 months of work. I had been working for this company for a while, so this wasn't unusual for me. If you notice something, ask for more money before starting projects. Never share your secrets, like how you analyzed or specific ways you download data or spreadsheets. Our system was complicated, and so it required a lot of data pulls to get a set of specific data. My specialty is with finding errors and holes in the system and processes. I always tell employers that I have a general business degree. I never tell them that my specialty is with accounting or auditing, since that's the secret to making serious cash on the side. See, I don't usually tell them that I will audit. I do a secret audit, then tell management what they need to know. I even audit the accounting department without them knowing. I find stuff all the time. I do secret audits on companies when I first start to make sure they are running legit. I've found a lot of businesses hiding information or stealing from employees. So I'm very picky with wanting to working for good companies. Use discretion and don't show people your notes. I've always written in codes, so if someone comes to my desk or looks at my screen, they won't be able to understand what you are doing. I also write everything because I have caught IT logging into my computer remotely while I was on it. They moved the mouse and I instantly knew what they were doing. So just be careful with how you do things. Decoy paperwork is also a must. I always have random sheets of papers on my desk. And I always keep complies of company policies on my desk. For some reason management doesn't bug you as much when you have these pages out.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.